There's another view on this whole subject that maybe it's the Taliban who needs us more than we need them. They still haven't locked down the country, as I said. They're in a battle with these ISIS-K fighters, 2,000 plus strong, and they need money, a lot of money. We've frozen about $9.5 billion worth, and they can't get their hands on any more, essentially under the threat of possible sanctions if they don't behave from this country. So it could be problematic. Let's go to Dave Sears, the retired Navy SEALs commander, a best-selling author of Smarter Not Harder, 17 Navy SEAL Maxims to Elevate Critical Thinking and Prosper in Business and in Life. Dave, good to see you. We're going to need a lot of smarter thinking going forward here. And now this is turned up on its head again on the notion that the Taliban might be playing coy with us, that they need us more than we need them. What do you make of that?
They need a lot of people. They're going to have a hard time with governance. Obviously, it was miserable in the 1990s. They were terrible. They don't have the technocrats to keep the electricity on, to deliver services, sewage, waste cleanup, all these things. And it's a very disparate country with a 90% poverty rate. So there's going to be people looking to get paid, not the least of which would be, let's even assume that the 300,000 man strong Afghan army, 150,000 of those were ghost soldiers and didn't even exist. We still have 150,000 soldiers that are out there. They're going to need some kind of paycheck. Are they going to turn to militias? You have the South, the Afghan Hazaris, who are aligned Shias with Iran. There's 50,000 strong of those plus that fought in Syria. So the Taliban has a lot of problems coming.
Do you think they'll be helpful?
No, I don't at all. I wouldn't trust them one heartbeat. You know, you want to talk to them, hold them to their promises to get U.S. citizens out. I'd like to know how many I haven't heard how many have gotten out since we left. As far as I know, it's none. I'd like to hear that from the Pentagon or the government. But I wouldn't trust them at all. They will turn us on their enemies. This was an initial thing in the start of Afghanistan. There was a lot of blood feuds being settled and false intelligence giving to us that so we'd hit a different compound or go on a different target, that people were just settling feuds. It's very hard to vet the targets if you're not on the ground yourself.
So for those Americans who still might be there and don't want to be there, and the tens of thousands of Afghan loyalists, nationals who are stuck there and now very much in danger, what's going to happen?
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel for those people. I think that our government has taken the military option off the table. We have capabilities, but we don't have political will, apparently, to exercise that option. So we need to exercise the other elements of national power, the economic, put pressure on Pakistan, put pressure on Afghanistan with the money, put pressure on the stands up to the north, put that on diplomatically as well. They need to hold them to their promises and get those people out.
Dave, thank you very much. Again, Dave Sears.